See, I was talking about कि किस तरह से मैं और आप अपनी ज़िंदगी में प्रोफेशन भी चेंज कर सकते हैं. एंड आई जस्ट स्पोक अबाउट समबडी, क्योंकि हम कल की रिक्रूटमेंट का जिक्र कर रहे थे और जिसमें मैंने हरजीत सज्जन साहब का तस्करा किया. हरजीत सज्जन साहब के बारे में जब मैंने आपसे कहा तो मैंने यही कहा कि जब आते हैं और उसके बाद यहाँ से तालीम वैनकूवर में रहे, तालीम हासिल करने के बाद आपने पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट को ज्वाइन किया, उसके बाद आपने आर्मी को ज्वाइन किया और आर्मी के बाद 3-4 ममालिक में, सर्बिया के साथ 3 बार आप अफ़गानिस्तान में भी आपकी अपॉइंटमेंट रही. उसके बाद आप मेंबर पार्लियामेंट बनते हैं और यहाँ पे आप हमारे डिफेंस मिनिस्टर का रोल प्ले किया. इस बार इलेक्शन जीतने के बाद इंटरनेशनल डेवलपमेंट एंड मिनिस्टर ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द पैसिफिक इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट एजेंसी पीडा का को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. माय ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर हरजीत सज्जन जी. सर, गुड आफ्टरनून एंड सत श्री अकाल. हाउ आर यू सर?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
So, dream come true. I always wanted to talk to you because, of course, you are our pride. You are our pride, represented one of the most important ministry of this country, which is Minister of Defense, and now you are Minister of International Development and Minister of responsible for the PEDA. Pacific Economic Development Agency of Canada. Sir, thank you very much for giving time. I believe you might be in jet lag.
Anji, I am definitely in jet lag, but it was very important for me to visit Pakistan at this very horrible time of the floods that's being caused by climate change. And it was my first time there. Too bad I had to go for under these circumstances, but it allows us to show our Canada's support for the people of Pakistan during this horrible time of need.
Sir, बहुत शुक्रिया. And I know you were, of course, you came to Canada at the age 5 and studied here, worked in the police department, in investigation department, and then in the army department. Of course, English is your first language. पर मेरे लिसनर बहुत सोने ने, उर्दू पंजाबी बहुत सोनी आंदी है. डू यू माइंड इफ आई कैन? This is a beauty of Sikh community. No matter what language they speak, but they always teach their children their bunyadi zaban, which is Punjabi. Do you mind if I can speak in Punjabi, sir?
No, जरूर पंजाबी बोलो, of course, हाँ जी.
मैंने जब पाकिस्तान में थी तो मैं इंग्लैंड के सिखों से अक्सर मुलाकात हुआ करती होती थी, तो मुझे तब पता चला था कि सिख कम्युनिटी में दे डेफिनेटली टीच देयर चिल्ड्रन पंजाबी. सर, आप पाकिस्तान गए. यस, इट इज़ अ हॉरेबल टाइम. मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, और दिस इज़ द फर्स्ट टाइम पाकिस्तान की गवर्नमेंट में से किसी ने एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल बयान दिया. श्री रहमान साहिबा ने उन्होंने कहा कि पाकिस्तान कंट्रीब्यूट only 1% towards the pollution, but unfortunately, probably the lack of infrastructure or problems within the country, हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं है. हमारे गरीब लोग हमेशा.
I thought you were going to speak in Punjabi.
हाँ, अच्छा, मैं पंजाबी च गल करनी है. तो वो सर साढ़े ਜਿਹੜੇ गरीब बंदे ने वो सफ़र करते ने. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਯੂਨਾਈਟਿਡ ਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਹੋਈ. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਏ. ਕੀ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਗਰੀਬ ਮੁਲਕ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਨਫਰਾਸਟ੍ਰਕਚਰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਔਰ ਬਦਲਦੇ ਮੌਸਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਇੰਨਾ ਵਧੀ ਤੁਰੀ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਗਲੇਸ਼ੀਅਰ ਪਿਘਲੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗਰੀਬ ਮੁਲਕ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ, well, first, thank you. So actually, मैं पंजाबी दा बोल रहा, not perfectly, but
सर आप इंग्लिश में फिर बात करें. नो प्रॉब्लम.
Oh, it's good. No, अपनी it's good practice है पंजाबी होनी चाहिए बोलिए. but नहीं, मैं कहना चाहता था कि ਜਦੋਂ मैं पाकिस्तान ਸੀ, actually ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਉਰਦੂ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਸੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ translation ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀ. So ਪੂਰੀ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਸੀ. So it's very nice that to go there to ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ. ਅੱਛਾ, unfortunately ਜਿਹੜਾ circumstance ਕਰਕੇ flood ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਪਿਆ.
ਜੀ ਸਰ.
but first of all, ਜਿਹੜੇ 2010 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ flood ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ respond as a nation.
ਬਹੁਤ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, but ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ afterwards ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਥੋੜੇ foundations response ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ set up ਕੀਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ, it has paid off. So there is actually, I was very impressed with the system from the National Response Center, what they fit of working with the province's response, and also coordinating with the international community systems. So for example, obviously I got a briefing from the National Response Center, very well organized, very professionally done. I've been to many response centers, including here in Canada. I was very impressed with their system. But you also have to keep in mind that jada flood siga unprecedented amount of rain as a result of climate change. Some places 500%, some places 700% more rainfall in the month of August. No nation can prepare for that. And Asia situation, it was any nation, even ours, would have been inundated with this. But having said this, the response it is going well. And the reason I say this is, so I visited. First of all, I went to the south with our other members of parliament. Let's say शहर ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ the Pakistani military took us in Sakar, it's a warehouse. On the warehouses, multiple buildings had supplies of tents, food, medicine, all in the city. So you don't flood out. At least they had the ability to respond. So I witnessed tents being sent out, food being sent out. So because the earlier passage, set up with other international partners paid off. So the early response was very good, but it's unprecedented. And in the north, early on spent for the response, early warning saved thousands of lives. So I'll give you an example. Early warning system, north the which set up ETC, villagers ne practice the different drills. So when this time the rainfall and the melt from the glaciers came, they activated the early warning system, and the people moved out of the villages. So villages were wiped out, but a lot of the lives were saved. So that's the first thing I was impressed with. But the scale of this disaster, it is unprecedented, and it's one of the things that when we heard what was taking place, I felt that the response, the media, didn't get the full picture for the rest of the world. I wanted to go personally to highlight the horrible situation. The Prime Minister also wanted to make sure that we sent a very strong message. I took 3 members of Parliament with me. And then we toured, had the meetings, sure, but had a very good tour of the south, of the devastation, but also of the response. We met some of the people who were affected, and then we also went way up in the north, in Chitral, where I could get to. And so we saw everything, but what it gave me was a much more detailed assessment. So I can do the allocation, and then that's when I told when I met the Prime Minister and the ministers that Canada will be announcing an additional $25 million that our Prime Minister will personally announce. So Prime Minister announced it, and I said, just to let you know, $5 million, it's for immediate emergency. I know that people totally concerned saying that's it, and I said no. This is just for the emergency to get rolling. Once we do the needs assessment, we announced the $25 million. In addition to this, there's a $3 million matching fund as well. And as I told in Pakistan, the leadership, that we'll be here to look at providing more. But we sanu assessment karke ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਹੋ ਮਦਦ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you explained it very well. So this means on top of what government has given, every donation or every dollar raised here in Canada, the government of Canada is going to match it up to $3 million. Is that right?
Anji, yeah.
Up to.
And then remember. Yeah, it's up to $3 million, but just keep in mind, the reason is just remember, governments in the past has done matching funds, but I want to explain the matching fund is. Get a matching fund is, first of all, I'm so thankful that Canadians are so operating.
Very great and generous people.
Hanji. But your matching fund hunda, you have to wait till they accumulated. So then you have the money, then you respond. Man, wait nahi karna chahna si. I wanted to make sure that the resources over there on the ground immediately. Has got the first 5 million was about responding very quickly. Next 25 million has making sure that for example, waterborne diseases is going to be an issue. There's thousands and thousands of women who are pregnant, they're about to give birth. So we need to get the tent in the north. We have to build the temporary shelters. But no worry, we're going to work with everybody to get this done. So what it is so we're going to start spending now immediately, but the matching fund is about making sure that we also match the generosity of Canadians.
Sir, one question which is a concern of every Pakistani, because in Pakistan there are so many people in Canada, around the world, people are generous without race and religion. Even today, somebody 770 itself, with the help of the people, we didn't do nothing, people did it. People from a Sikh community, and every community came on board. They gave money to the supplier, but the tents, Pakistan Army is doing a phenomenal job in Pakistan for the taking people out of those flooded waters and in desperation, and then providing them food. Now whatever Canada is giving, are you giving it to the government of Pakistan or to the army, so that because army, air force, हमारी जो बर्री बहरी और तीनों अफवाज जो हैं, all the three forces are unanimously working together for the relief of these flood victims. So this help is going through the to the army, or what it is?
No. So this funding it goes through organizations that have a footprint on the ground. So it doesn't go through the government. So
Beautiful.
For example, it goes to Islamic Relief Canada, I just list
IDRF, exactly. Yeah.
All the Red Crescent. So how it works is, at their emergency they work with all the other agencies. With the National Coordination Center, they make the decision where the supplies goes. So when it comes to the logistics now, where the World Food Program can't go, that's when the military then supplies take the supplies, and then they deliver them. So all our support works with multilateral, the UN agencies, international agencies, to support the government. So that's how all the funding will work.
Thank you very kindly that you visited Pakistan. It is just like a dream come true. For last 15 years, I always say the government of Canada must visit Pakistan, but unfortunately the circumstances in other countries made area unpredictable. But this is in a way good, and it is unfortunate as well that in this serious situation, you represented Canada, visited Pakistan, and of course it's a kind of relief for us as Pakistani, and Canada is always there for every country or any country.
Is this the first time you went there, Minister?
First time, yes.
आप वहाँ करतारपुर गए थे? Did you go to Kartarpur?
I was so focused, because any needs I wanted to make sure that my time spent on the flood response. As much as my chitta karda si Nankana Sahib or Kartarpur jaye jithe Guru Nanak gave the last one apna
Panja Sahab, ji sir.
But the thing is, as much as I wanted to personally go, many main focus is to help the people of Pakistan with the floods, and we'll find some other time to.
Inshallah.
But this is what at the end of the day in Pakistan, not just Muslims, but Sikh bhi hai, Hindu bhi hai communities.
Exactly, sir.
This is the end of the day is helping humanity.
It is helping humanity, as I was mentioning earlier today. A Canadian guy, a Canadian, he said he has around 50 brand new blankets and tents he wants to donate.
And 150.
So, 150,
yes.
I'm sorry, 150. So Canada is a wonderful country. We are all together. It's Pakistan even at 770 when there was a contribution going on to IDRF. Very many Sikh community people dialed the number and gave their donation when we were raising the food. Very many Sikh people they called and they helped us to get those food supplies to send it via PIA and Pakistan Air Force. जनाब हरजीत सज्जन साहब, वी लुक फॉरवर्ड. आई विश के हालात अच्छे हों और आप पाकिस्तान को अच्छे दिनों में विज़िट करें. आई थैंक यू वेरी काइंडली. एनीथिंग यू वुड लाइक टू टेल अस स्पेसिफिकली?
No, just that. First of all, सारे ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ listeners ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ who have donated, and even with all the chaos, man, I just want to say I just saw just absolute just beauty in the country, and I say this sincerely. Down in BC, we have beautiful mountains.
Yes, sir.
In northern Pakistan, no, it is a different level of beauty. In the northern mountains, I was so happy. Beautiful people, beautiful landscape there as well, and look forward to one day that I see more can actually.
इंशाल्लाह, आई लुक फॉरवर्ड. और सर अगर आप बलूचिस्तान को भी विज़िट करें, दिस इज़ सो beautiful Balochistan, so beautiful, my northern areas, and I thank you for your time. I look forward talking to you more often, sir.
Okay, thank you. Nice
God bless you, sir. Thank you very kindly.